Welcome back to article number 3, Football Billionaires, as I call it. Who really owns the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup? So there were cars and luxury boxes, signed contract with smiles, and travel with lawyers and advisors, but they don't play, they don't coach, and they don't own, most importantly. So behind every team in this competition, there's a financial structure, sometimes visible, sometimes opaque, that reveals who truly controls their modern game. So some clubs represent nations, others portfolios. In this article, I'm gonna explain to you and kind of break down the ownership models behind the 32 participating and analyze the clubs from the financial forces competing for the biggest club title in history. State or hedge fund. So the question here is stating that the tournament features at least 5 distinct types of ownership structures. So state-owned clubs, for example, Al Hilal from Saudi Arabia and Al Ahly from Egypt, backed directly by governments or public funds. So their budget are nearly limitless, but their autonomy is limited as well, basically. So corporate giants such as Olsen Hyundai from South Korea and the Urawa Diamonds from Japan are subsidiaries of industrial empires, so football is a prestige and a branding tool for them. American investor models such as LAFC and Monterrey, founded by investment groups with ties to entertainment, real estate, and private equity. So the ROI and asset appreciation are key for them. So multi-club empires, example, Manchester City, which is City Club Group from England, and Flamengo, part of the multi-club venture from Brazil. Global networks of teams, common branding, centralized analytics, and the football economy scale. So member-owned and traditional teams, like examples like Real Madrid and some Latin American clubs, Pachuca, which we all know why Leon didn't go, but Pachuca, Seattle Sounders, Inter Miami, CONCACAF mostly, maybe River Plate, Boca Juniors, controlled by members of federations, less commercial, but increasingly under pressure to modernize. So, club value and ownership transparency. So, the estimated kind of market value, transfer market, and financial sources estimated that, for example, Manchester City, $1.8 billion, which is a multi-club, it's a private as well, and the owner is City Football Group in Abu Dhabi. Real Madrid, $1.5 billion, member owned, and it's socios from members, it's the owner or nature, of course. So Al Hilal from Saudi Arabia has $750 million state-owned club, and the owner is a public investment fund in Saudi Arabia. LAFC, which is $800 million, it's a private equity, and it's owned by Larry Burke and investors that has invested in the club. So it's kind of like a city, not city, but a investors owned club, basically, that people just can invest in the club and have a little bit part of that ownership. Flamengo from Brazil have $900 million, which is a hybrid type of ownership, and Flamengo is the owner, and external partners as well, such as Flabet, which is a new incorporation for Flamengo for this Club World Cup, but they also came to stay as their own betting sponsor. Monterrey, which has $650 million, it's a corporate private ownership type, and it's owned by the FEMSA, which is FEMSA. Olsen Hyundai, $430 million. It's a corporate industrial ownership type, and the owner is Hyundai Every Heavy Industry that is related to Hyundai. Al Ahly, which is $400 million. It's a state affiliated ownership, and it's a very curious type of ownership here because it's owned by the Egyptian government. The club is owned by the government. And now, in terms of geopolitical tension and the dressing room, the tournament will host clubs backed by rival states and competing political interests. For example, Saudi Arabia, Al Hilal versus Qatar, via affiliated sponsors, U.S. investors, LAFC versus nationalist public funds, such as Al Ahly, private sector clubs like Manchester City, Monterrey, versus state-owned clubs, Al Hilal and Al Ahly. So Politics may not be visible on the pitch, they're making it seem very visible off the pitch in sponsorships, broadcasting rights, and commercial partnerships. So, is this still football as we know it? The Club World Cup is no longer just a competition now, but rather a goal and tactics, and it's a tournament of capital flows and financial philosophies. Some clubs operate like global conglomerators, others as soft power extensions, but some as traditional sporting entities resisting the tide. So, what's at stake? Isn't it just a title? It's who defines the future of football, if you understand what I mean. I'm Alberto Reyes, and I'll see you on article number 4. Stay tuned.